Hello everyone, welcome back. In this video, we are going to create a PowerShell script that will change the date and time or last write time, this one of specific files or files in a specific directory. So let's just jump in. As you can see in the current directory, we only have script.ps1. So for testing the script or to demonstrate the script, I will create some random files using the script that we created before this. So that is in the let's see um, generate random files directory, and I will pass the script.ps1. This is going to generate the 100 random files in the current directory. And now here we have the temp files directory, and inside that we have the 100 random files with random extensions. So that what we are going to be doing is we will change this property. This is last write time of a file. So as you can see now it's the current date and time. So we are going to be changing this to a random date and time. So let's just jump in. I will fire up the code editor in this current directory. So all right, so here we have the script.ps1 file, and let's just start coding the script. Let me zoom it a little bit. Now the first thing we need to do is to initialize two variables. The one will be, as I mentioned before, the date and time will be random, so we need to generate random time. So to do that, we will set the start and end date, and then we will use the get random command to generate a random date and time for us. So let's say start date underscore date is equal to, this will be, we will be using the get date command and passing the date. So let's say I want to generate random dates between 2000, let's say 01 and 01, the first month and the first date of 2000. And let's say I'm gonna go up to 2020, and let's say 12th month and 12th date, and this is going to be the end date. So now we got the two dates. Now we have to calculate the days, the difference between these two dates. So to do that, let's create a variable, let's say days, and subtract the end date from the start date. So that will give us the date difference, and then we will convert that into days. So end date minus dollar start date, and then we have to call the days attribute to convert that into dates or days. So now once we have that, as you can see in the current directory, we have the temp underscore files directory. So let's set that as a variable. Let's say dir underscore path and set that to the temp file for now. That is what we are going to be doing. So temp path, temp files. Now the next thing we need to do is to loop through each of the file and set their property. So to do that, we can use the GCI. So let's say files array or object, and then use the GCI or get child item. Let's use the get child item and passing the path, that is the dir path, and we want only the file. So that is kind of filter, it will only grab the files from that and store that in this files array. Now we need to loop through this. So let's say for each dollar file in dollar files array, and then start the loop. So now here we will have to um, generate random date based on the days. So to do that, let's create a variable, let's say random underscore date, and set that equal to dollar start date dot add days, and we will add random days. So to add random days, as you can see, currently we have the fixed days that will come from here, but we need random days. So to do that, we will use the get random command. So let's say random underscore days is equal to get random, the minimum, not the maximum, the minimum is 0, and the maximum is the number of days that we have. So days. Now we can pass the random days and to the add days. So this will add random days to the this start date. So random days. Now what we need to do is to set the property, right? So that is the last write time. We can get it has the creation date in last a lot of properties. So to view that, let's go to that directory, and if I do like gci and then select, if I have the select, gci returns this, but if I do select star, as you can see it is going to return all the properties that are available for each of the item in this current directory. So what I'm interested in is the last write time, this one. We can update any of the time. As you can see, we have creation time UTC, last access time, and all of them. So let's update the last write time. So to do that, I will come here and we will use the set item property command to update the property of the file. So the path is the file dot full name, which returns the full path of the file, and then we want the property name, and that is this one, last write time. As you can see, if I ls here, the last write time is displayed here, we can see that. So that is what we are going to be updating. And then the value, so the value is the random date, but as you can see we just added the date but we haven't formatted that, so we need to format the date. To do that, let's create a variable format underscore date and set that equal to dollar random date dot to string, and here we will pass our formation procedure. So that is year, full year, that like 2020 2021 etc, and that will be between these two, like 2000 and 2020. And then we have the month, so double M, and the days or days of month, so that is dd. So now as a value we will pass the formatted format underscore date. And now if I save this, let's come to the terminal and see if we are getting the results. So script.ps1, nothing happened. If I check the temp files, as you can see now we got the random dates last write time. As you can see 2020 16 and 2011 23 2003 2006 2019 2020 and so on. As you can see we got created random dates and we assign that date to the last write time of the file. Now you can do the same for the properties that we have here. As you can see we have different timestamps, as you can see creation date and a lot of more. So we can do the same for any of this. So next time when you have to like uh, work with the timestamps of a file, you can use the set item property and to update the property of a file.